Hey friends, welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen. Today is a big day around here. It's planting day. Really, right now it's shopping time for some flowers and some things to fill in our landscape. Yesterday we had our landscape refreshed, and so now it's time to add in some color, to put together some planters, some hanging baskets. And so I'm going to take you along with me and we'll see what we can find. We do have a budget that we want to stick to this year, and so I'm going to try really hard to do that. Now, I did go ahead and put my wildflower seedlings into one of my planters. I'm just trying to grow flowers from seeds a little bit this year. I do really need a greenhouse or a way to be able to do that a little bit more efficiently, but I thought I would just dabble in that a little this year. So I didn't have great success, and I don't really know what the finish is going to look like, if those flowers are going to continue to grow in that planter. So we'll just have to wait and see. But until then, until I can get a system where I can grow my own flowers, I'm going to head off to some of our local garden centers and go ahead and shop from them and get some already growing flowers and support our local farmers. All right, so I made the stop at the first garden center. I knew the prices of flowers was going to go up this year, obviously, like everything else. So I was just kind of getting an idea of what the prices were, for one thing. But I really didn't see anything that I was dedicated to enough to pay the price that was asked. Like a lot of your nicer sized geraniums, which I typically would do probably one that size, maybe two. I think they were the 10-inch pots, were between $12 and $15 for one. Even the garden flags, I was looking for some garden flags. Those are $16.99 now, most of those. So I'm getting ideas. I'm going to keep going and see what we can find. I'm going to stop by Lowe's, and then I'm going to head to a couple more of our local garden centers. All right, so I'm at Lowe's now. I'm gonna go in and see what I can find. I just wanna say, I also understand that prices are gonna be more at garden centers, and that's because they are actually going to be bringing you a higher quality plant or flower. They're taking care of them on a daily basis. I mean, just when I was there at the garden center I just left, someone is out there taking care of the plants. They're watering the plants. And so, you know, if you buy them from these big box stores, you're not going to get that same tender loving care to the plants and the flowers as you would at a dedicated garden center. So obviously you're going to pay a little bit more, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I just know that I want to stick to somewhat of a budget this year, so I've got to think about what all I need to get, and so price is going to play a part in that. Well, not much luck there either. I did see some things that I might come back to get if I don't have any success at the next garden center. They did have some sales going on. You saw the 3 for $12 on, that was a lot of their plants, like their tomatoes, their herbs. I still think I can do better. And we do already have a few herbs, so I don't really need but maybe a couple of herbs. But I did look at their garden flags, and that was something else that I want to update, because ours are very faded, and we've had them for several years, so I'm trying to update little at a time. But I didn't see any that I really liked, so I'm gonna keep looking there. I may have to come back and get some potting mix. That was one thing that I would probably have to get here. Another thing is that I am still planning to do ferns for the front porch, and typically every year I pick up 2 ferns. In the last few years, I have been getting them from Lowe's when they run them on sale. They'll run them like 2 for, I think last year they were 2 for $24, which is a pretty good deal. And they're the nice size. I'm not sure what the dimensions are on those, but it's the standard size I always get. Anyway, I was thinking, well, maybe next week, Mother's Day coming up, they'll typically start running more things on sale. All right, so on to the next place. All right, I'm back home. That was a very successful trip, that last stop. And I knew that it probably would be. That's why I left that one to last. I just wanted to kind of see what was available at the other places, but I had high hopes that I would find everything I needed there. And I did. I actually had to cut myself off. I'm probably going to have to go back, but I just wanted to go ahead and get what I knew I needed. Well, for the first round anyway. And I tried my best to stay within the budget I had set for myself. And I did, but I know I'm going to have to go back because there were some things that I just, honestly, I didn't have enough arms to carry. So, but anyway, yeah, definitely a successful visit. I'm going to go ahead and get everything out and kind of do an inventory of my pots and decide where I want things to go. Tim has built me some window boxes that we're going to put up on our, I don't know, we call it our barn, our building, our shed. But anyway, he built some window boxes to go on it. And this is my first year ever having window boxes. So I want to go ahead and figure out what I'm going to put in those. And I didn't really consider that when I was at this last place shopping. So I'm definitely going to have to go back. I know I am. But also I'll need to get soil and things. It is almost time for dinner. I did go ahead and put it together before I left the house, and Ella put it in the oven for me. So tonight we're having Fiesta bake, and I'll show you what that looks like when it comes out. It is definitely a family favorite. I have a video where I made that, and I have the recipe for it linked in that description box. So I will link that video for you in case you would like to have the recipe for yourself. All right, guys, it's the next day. It is a beautiful day to plant some flowers today. I want to go ahead and get all these beautiful flowers planted that we got yesterday. At least that's the plan. I do have some work to do first. I've got to go gather all my planters and pots and probably empty out a few of those before we can get started. Okay, so most of what I got was a 4-pack, so we'll be able to split these up and plant them in several different places. This one is a viola, and this is the penny yellow color. It does have some flecks of blue in it as well. So I know that's going to be really pretty, just a pop of yellow. What I am trying to stick with this year is a lot of red and white. I've got some that's more of like a fuchsia color, and some purples here and there, but I thought that yellow would be pretty. So that's kind of the color palette that I want to go with this year. Not so much pink. I've done a lot of pink in the past, but this year I think I'm going to stick with, I love the reds. I've got the geraniums that are going to go out front. And I also picked up this flag from a different place that I went today. I don't have it out of the package, so you can't see the whole thing, but I thought that was really pretty, and that'll go on in to our summer months. Very Americana there. So I think that'll all look really good together. Those are the violas, and then I also got these, and this is some alyssum. The Easter bonnet mix, so a lot of purples and whites, or this might be like a light yellow, lavender. I've got some plans for that. And then I got some more alyssum back here. This is the snow crystals, and these are all mostly white. And then I did pick up verbena, one of my favorites. This verbena is Obsession Red with Eye. So they're going to be like a red and white. The centers will be white. It'll be so pretty. Popped with all this other color. And then I just got some plain white verbena. Let's see if I can find the exact name. That's Obsession White. And again, all these are 4-packs. And then I picked up some cosmos. I thought about growing these from seeds this year, but that was just something I didn't get to do. So this is what we've got here, the Apollo mix, and I'm now wishing maybe that I got a couple of packs, because I want to do these in the center of a planter with the other colors around it. So we might have to go back and get some more of that. And then the last 4-pack I got is not a flower, but I did pick up some basil because mine is taking its sweet little time. And I wanted to have some that we could go ahead and start enjoying soon. So this is a 4-pack. I don't need quite that much, but maybe I will share that with someone. And then the next thing I wanted to show you, I picked up some Calibrachoa. These are some of my favorite flowers. I love them in hanging baskets especially. They just, you know, trellis over the side, and they're just so beautiful. So this variety is the Kabloom Cherry. I love the color on it. I thought it would be a compliment to the red and yellow and white. So I got 2 of these, and we'll put these in a hanging basket. Might put something else in there with it. Again, we'll make that decision once we start planting. And then the last thing I got yesterday was I did pick up some geraniums. These are the 10-inch pots, and this color is Mantra Bright Red. I love red geraniums, and I really wanted some white geraniums, but I have not been able to find those this year. So we did go ahead and go with the red. Might be a little bit too much red. We've got this red begonia that was already sitting here, so I may move that to the deck. I think I want these in pots and like flank each side of the porch. So these are 2 of the planters that I'm going to go ahead and empty out. They had the prettiest little trees that I dug up out of the woods 2 or 3 years ago. And I got the idea from Mary at White Cottage Company. And they were so pretty right here on our deck in this little sitting area. And they provide just a little bit of coziness and shade, but I don't think they're going to come back again this year. So I want to go ahead and pull these out. And I thought about trying to go down in the woods and do the same thing again, but I think I'm going to do something different this year. You see that I actually salvaged these from a neighbor that was headed to the dumpster with them, and they were kind of beat up. They had used them for container gardening, and I painted the olive planter, I painted it white, and it held up until this winter. The paint started to come off. So I would have to repaint it, sand it, do some stuff to it. I really don't think I want to take that on. I've got a whole lot going on right now, super busy. So I think what I'm going to do is just move these to the garden, and in the garden I'm not going to worry about what they really look like in there, but I am going to amend the soil. And I was running the idea by Tim today at lunch about maybe trying sweet potatoes in planters, maybe doing like 3 or 4 plants, maybe 2 in each container. I don't know. I'd have to do some research and just see how deep a container would need to be for sweet potatoes. But that way they wouldn't run all over the garden maybe, or that would be a better solution for them. If not, we'll find something else to put in them. But that is the plan. And then I'm going to get another pot. I've got plenty of pots down in the building, and we'll just take our pick and do some sort of flower arrangement on either side of these chairs. that's all we have time for in today's video. I'm gonna stop it there, but I just left our local garden center again and got plenty more, so I'll be bringing you along in the coming days to show you what all I do around here with flowers and also with vegetables, because next week is the week to get the garden started. And so if you'd like to join me on this journey, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button too, and share with your friends. And until next time, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and I will see you in the next one.